Hey, this is Joe from SoFly, and in this video we are going to import WordPress users from Excel using WP All Import. So to get started, we'll go down here to All Import and select New Import, and then we're going to upload a file, and this is my Excel sheet. And that's what it looks like, pretty much exactly what you'd expect. We have some custom fields here that we're going to need to import. We have first name, last name, email, job title, etc. All right, so let's select that. Then we have new items. We're going to create new users for each record in my data file. We'll continue to step 2. Everything looks good. Down here we have some filtering options. For example, if we just wanted to import everybody in the business development department, we could set that up over here. In this case, we're going to import everything. If you're curious about filtering options, check out our YouTube channel, check out our documentation at wpallimport.com. We have a lot more information on that over there. All right, so let's continue to step 3. And then over here, we have all of our information that we're going to import into. This is our import template. And then over here, we have our data from our file. So let's just drag and drop. We'll put in the first name. We'll put in the last name. For the login, this is their username. We'll put the first name and the last name in there. And we have their email. So let's drag in the email. And then the password. We're going to leave the password blank. And that's going to let WP All Import just randomly generate a password for the user. And then the user can go in later and use the Forgot My Password feature in WordPress and set their own password for the site. If you want to import the passwords, the best way to do that is to use WP All Export. For example, if you have another WordPress site that has the passwords on it, you just migrate the users over, and then the hashed password is going to go here. That's secure. You don't have to worry about it. And the users can then use their old password from the old version of the site or the other site here on the new site after you ran the import. If you want to learn more about migrating users, check out our documentation, check out our YouTube channel. We have content that explains how to do that. If you just wanted to, for some reason, type in a clear text password here, you could do that here. So then everybody would have this as their default password. Or if you're a crazy person and you have a field in here in your file that has their password sorted in clear text, you could drag that over as well. Insecure, but maybe you have your reasons. All right, then we have other user info, like their role. So I'm just going to type in subscriber over here. If you had the role information in the file, we could drag that over. I don't, so I'm just going to leave it as the subscriber over here, hard-coded. For nickname, this defaults to the person's username, so we can leave that blank. The display name also defaults to the username. We can leave that blank. I don't have a field for the description, but we can create one. So we have the job title here. So this person is a media manager in the business development department. So we can put that in. This next one, this would be the editor in the accounting department, etc. Right? So you can combine these data tags here in WP All Import. You can combine those with static text for any of these fields. Okay, registered. This is the date. So put in the hire date over here. If I left this blank, it would just use the date that I ran the import as the registered date. Totally fine. A nice name, we can leave this blank. Just use the default person's username. This is used in URLs around the site. Then for URL, I'll put in LinkedIn. This is the URL for their LinkedIn profile. And then we have custom fields. So I need the custom fields for like job title and department, things like that. So let's see detected fields. Okay, we have those down here. Let's clean up some of these. We don't need like rich text editing, things like that. These are, any custom fields associated with any user on the site. I used ACF to create these fields, and ACF adds these little helper fields in here for it to create those fields. So let's delete those. All right, and then this is the dummy data, right? So what I did was I added these custom fields in ACF, and then I manually created a user with these, and these are the default values in that user. Okay, so let's delete those. All right, let's drag in our job title and our department and the hired date. Oops. And allergy information and their performance review. Okay, that looks good. And then down here we have the function editor. So in the function editor, we can write custom PHP functions, and then we can pass any data in any of these fields through a PHP function, and it's going to use whatever value is generated by that file, whatever value gets returned is going to be used in the input fields. If you want to learn more about PHP functions in WPL import, check out our documentation, check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of information on that. We have a whole code snippets page with lots and lots of examples to get you started. You don't need to know PHP to use WPL import, but it's a great way to learn. You're just writing really simple functions. You can copy and paste. You can use ChatGPT, anything like that. And you can do a lot of really powerful stuff, processing your data dynamically during the import using custom PHP with WPL import. So that's that. Import template set up. Let's continue to step 4. We have our unique identifier. We'll auto detect that. First name, last name seems unique enough to me. And then these settings here, you don't really need to worry about these in this case. We're just doing a one-off import. But if we were to run this import again later, these settings help us determine what to do. If we added a row in our Excel sheet later on and reran the import, do we want to create new users for those new records? If I changed, some of the job titles and then reran this import later with the new data, do I want to update the data? Do I want to update all of it? Do I want to choose and update only some of it? And then down here, let's say I removed a record or deleted somebody from the Excel sheet. What do I want to do? Do I want to delete that user? Do I just want to change a custom field, etc., right? So if you want to learn more about recurring imports, check out our documentation, wplimport.com, or our YouTube channel. We also have videos on this as well. All right, now, email notifications. 2 options. We can block them or we can not block them. If we disable this, so these emails are not going to be blocked, when I run this import, every single user here is going to get an email welcoming them to their new WordPress user account, right? They get the standard WordPress welcome email. You can use a plugin to change the welcome email, or you can just use the standard one if you like, or you can block the email notifications and use a separate service like MailChimp or something, or just not send them an email if you want to. Whatever you want to do. Either way, highly recommended that you test this first. There are some WordPress plugins and some code that you can write that will end up getting these emails sent even if you have this feature enabled. So test it first, make sure it works as expected before running this in production for a big import with a bunch of users that might get emails that you don't want them to get. And then we have our scheduling options. If you want to learn about scheduling your imports and exports, check out our documentation, check out our YouTube channel. You can set any import or export to run on a schedule every hour, every day, every week, every month, whatever you need to do. You can get it done with the scheduling options here pretty easily. And then we have some advanced settings over here. If you're getting errors during your import, like server timeouts or something like that, then these are some of the settings that might help you get around some of those. Again, if you run into those errors, you can email our support team. We'll help you out. The errors usually have a link to relevant documentation that'll help you out as well, so not much you need to worry about. The import only specified records, if I just wanted to import the first 10, I can do it like that. And you can get pretty specific about what you want to import for testing purposes. Then finally, friendly name. I'm just going to call this job info. And this friendly name is going to be the label for the import that displays on the managed import page. All right, so all of our settings are set up. Let's continue. And we'll confirm and run the import. Now this will take a few minutes. I'll let it run and come back when it's finished. All right, our import has complete. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so all their name information came in okay. Email address, LinkedIn profile. This person is a recruiter in the human resources department. And all of the custom fields. So that is all it takes to import users into WordPress from Excel using WPL import. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.